The fastest way to make a Google site is to use a template so that much of your work has already been completed. And to do that, you'll just go log into your Google Apps account, my Jeffco Google Apps account, and then you'll click on Sites. Alright, so now I'm at a page where I can open one of my existing sites or a site that has been shared with me, or I will just click the Create button to make a new site. I can either go with a blank template, which means I'm kind of going to just use one of Google's themes, but I'll build from scratch, or I can browse the gallery for more. So I'm going to go ahead and browse the gallery to see what's already been created. This is the Jeffco gallery. You can go in the public gallery, and you can also look through schools and education and find quite a few as well. You'll see there's some already in here. If you just search up here, RVHS, and click magnifying glass, you'll see that I have created 3 that you might decide you like. So there's one that doesn't have the preview, but if you click on the department site template and then click preview template, this is what that site looks like. So it'll give you a nice preview. And if you decide you want to use the template, you simply click use this template. And now you go right back to the page you started from, and you can name your site. If you're going to go and change to maybe you want a different site, you can just click again, browse the gallery for more. This time I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick the RV teacher template site. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to preview this template. And actually I think I like the way this one looks better, so I'm going to click use this template. You can see that when I went back, it went ahead and changed the template, so you can't obviously use more than one template. I'm going to go and name my site. Google will automatically assign an address or a URL to that. You can select a theme, but that's going to kind of overwrite some of the changes that are in the template, so I would leave that completely blank, and I would just go at this point and click the Create button at the top. Whether you're making a site for your department or one for your classroom, the very first thing that you will want to do before you customize anything else is to adjust your sharing or your viewing settings. You click that share button, and you will see that sites default when their new one is made that everyone in Jefferson County can find it and edit it. 2 problems there. One, we want sites accessible to parents, so not just people with Jeffco Google Apps logins, and you don't want anybody else editing it except perhaps you and people in your department. So click this change link here. Change your site to public on the web, and then no one will need to sign in, and the option to edit will automatically disappear. Click Save. Now, if there's anyone else that you want to add to have editing rights to the page, you can certainly add them down here, and you would just start typing in their name and they will default to have editing rights. So if I wanted my daughter to have editing rights, all I do is start typing her name. It auto-populates for me, and then I can decide if she can edit the site or own the site, which means she would be able to delete it. I'll just let her edit it, and I would click share and save. I'm the owner, so I'm the only one that can manage the site, change some of its organizational features, its navigation bars, some of the things like that, but Sadie can edit all of the content, and she'll be able to add new pages. When you're all finished, just go back to your site by clicking the name here. And now you can decide if there's any features you want to eliminate on the template. For instance, there is an announcements page. Announcements page means that you can put an announcement, but it also means you have to maintain this page. So if you're not really into adding frequent content to your site, then you can just go up here. There's 3 buttons up here. One is to edit this page, if I wanted to edit the way it looked. There's to add a new page, which wouldn't be very helpful right now, and then everything else is under more. So I go under more, I can print the page, change the page settings, and I can delete the page. You'll see that the navigation bar on the left automatically updates, which is very handy, and I'm taken to my home page because the other page just deleted. Now all that's left to do is just to make customizations to your pages, and you will just use the editing tool to do that. For example, on the home page, you would click the pencil to edit. You could add in a picture, and you could add in contact information. This Google gadget was a way for people to send you mail without actually having to do a separate email, and the directions for how to set it up are right here. Just make sure the most important thing is that you click kind of somewhere on the gadget and get the properties gear, And make sure that you change it to your email, otherwise it's not going to go to anyone, and you will click OK. Click Save whenever you're done with your changes, and you'll go back to the normal mode where you can see what everything looks like. On the calendar page, you're going to want to first create a calendar in Google Calendar, and then you follow this step right here so that your calendar would be embedded so students could see it right from your website. And those are the basics for how you create from a template, which will save you hopefully a lot of time in the long run.